Did you know that before Spanish arrived here in Philippines, Filipinos were already engaged in activities relating to science and technology in their everyday living? In this video, you will see what are the scientific inventions and historical background of science and technology in our country. In pre-Spanish period, Filipinos made simple tools and weapons of stone flakes. They also developed the method of sewing and polishing of stones. They produced pottery and adze ornaments of seashells. During Iron Age, Filipinos engaged in extraction, smelting, and refining of iron. Early Filipinos were involved in mining. They are also engaged in weaving cotton and shipbuilding for trading purposes. One of the warships that they built was the Caracoa for inter-island trading. They learned to cultivate lands and created the Banawe rice terraces, how to extract medicine from herbs. They had a system of writing, an alphabet, a method of counting weights and measure. They only counted the years by the period of the moon and from one harvest. When Spaniards came and colonized the Philippines, they contributed to the growth of science and technology. Filipinos learned advanced methods in agriculture, introduced formal education, and founded scientific institutions. They also established colleges and universities around the country. One of it is the University of Santo Tomas. Spaniards constructed churches, roads, bridges, forts, and government establishment. Galleon trade gave a huge contribution on the economic growth of the country. Through Suez Canal, Europeans and Filipinos presenting each other countries was made impossible, which eventually encouraged for the massive growth of scientific ideals brought about by the Age of Enlightenment. Science and technology here in our country continues to develop during the colonization of Americans. Bureau of Government Laboratories was established in 1901, later on replaced by the Bureau of Science in 1905. The National Research Council of the Philippines was established. During this period, the focus was on agriculture, food processing, forestry, medicine, and pharmacy. In 1958, during the term of Carlos P. Garcia, Philippine Congress passed the bill, The Science Act of 1958. The goal of the bill is to establish the National Science Development Board. During Marcos era, science was given importance. Department of Education with National Science Development Board provides science teaching equipment especially in public high school. During his time, Pag-asa was established, which the purpose is to give environmental protection and utilize scientific knowledge to ensure the safety of the nation. In 1976, National Academy of Science and Technology were established. In 1986, Philippine Science High Schools were constructed in Visayas and Mindanao. During this period, Corazon Aquino was the president. She replaced the National Science and Technology Authority to Department of Science and Technology or the DOST. Science and technology personnel were given priority through Magna Carta for science and technology personnel. During President Joseph Estrada's term, the Internet age was persuaded for Gloria Macapagal Arroyo that science and technology reached its golden age. During President Benigno Aquino's presidential term, 4 scientists were honored for their enormous contribution in the scientific field that focused towards the progress of science and technology in the Philippines. The current President Rodrigo Duterte signed the Balik Scientist Law on June 15, 2018, mark another milestone in the country. In addition, the current President also approved the DOST 2 technologies developed, such as GeoRisk Philippine Initiatives and Situation Data Mapper, that focuses on helping the government collect data for environmental hazard and assess situations for immediate disaster response. The development of science and technology throughout the time gave big contribution of what we are enjoying now. It cannot be denied that these advances help us to live our lives easier and better. It does not only help the people, but also the development of the economy of our country.